Today, we will be talking about H1B visa. H1B visa is a non-immigrant visa in the United States. By non-immigrant, it means that the visa is temporary and the person coming to the US with this visa cannot permanently reside in the United States. The H1B visa is valid for 3 years, with an additional 3-year extension, making 6 years maximum stay in total. This visa is issued to employ foreign workers in specialty occupation. By specialty occupation, it refers to the theoretical and practical application of a body of highly specialized knowledge. While there are several areas and categories which may qualify for specialty occupation, there is a preference given to occupations that focus on science, technology, engineering, and management. Let us now see who is eligible to apply for a H1B visa. One of the basic requirements for H1B is education. To qualify for the H1B visa category, the employee must have a 4 years U.S. bachelor's or higher degree, or its equivalent. If the foreign degree is 3 years bachelor's degree, a 3 years of work experience in the same or similar field can be considered to 1 year additional education, and such cases are also eligible for H1B. The second category to be considered for H1B visa is that this is issued only for employment in a specialty occupation, which we just saw. So, do you fit into this category? If yes, then congratulations, you can apply for a H1B visa, but wait, how should you apply? Let us now see the steps involved to apply for a H1B visa. This will give you a fair idea on the H1B visa application process. This process can be broken down to 4 major steps. The first step, for a person wishing to apply for a H1B visa, is to find a H1B sponsor. The H1B sponsor should be a U.S. employer, who should employ you, and willing to sponsor the visa for you, to travel and work in the United States. So, once you are employed, and the employer has agreed to sponsor the visa for you, we move to the next step. The second step is that the employer submits the LCA to the Department of Labor. LCA stands for Labor Condition Application, which gives information about pay, location and working conditions to the DOL. By completing this step, the employer attests to the government that the applicant will receive a wage that is at par with the prevailing wage conditions in the work location, and that this work will not harm other already employed associates. Basically, there are some requirements set up by the DOL, which the LCA has to meet. Once LCA is approved, we move to the third step, which is to file petition for non-immigrant worker, Form I-129. This includes the fees, education and experience documents, training certificates, any professional membership documents, the applicant's resume, employment agreement, and letter of support. Once the petition is approved, the last step is for the applicant to process their visa at their home country's U.S. Embassy office or consulate. And finally, before we wrap up, here are some key facts about H1B visa. 1. You can bring your immediate family members, that is spouse and children, to US along with you, under H4 visa. They can study, but are not allowed to work. The H4 visa is valid as long as the H1B is valid. 2. You cannot be self-employed under an H1B visa. You must be employed by a US-based sponsoring company. 3. The H1B visa itself is strictly limited to the initial 3 years plus possible 3-year extension. However, you may be able to stay longer if you apply for permanent residency or the green card while holding an H1B visa. 4. H1B visa can be a multiple entry visa, which allows a person to travel in and out of US for any number of times within the specified visa validity period. 5. An H1B holder is eligible to seek permanent residency to USA. He has to apply for a change of status through the Form I-485, which is the green card process. 6. H1B visa can be transferred to a new employer. You can also start working for new employer upon the receipt of H1 transfer case. Well, that's it for today.